Hey folks, a little bit of a solo review, but not a full-on solo review. I'm joined by Mike in spirit because, story. Mike has filmed a review of a variant of this beer, and I'm going to film this review of this beer. And then we're going to join forces remotely and discuss the beer. So, Steven, the resource, provided two of these beers, well, one each, from Beer Tube Palooza. It's called Apple Cider Donuts from Little House Brewing Company. It's a Scotch ale with apple cider donuts, cinnamon, vanilla, caramel, and coffee. The other one did not have coffee. So we decided to divide and conquer. Mike doesn't like coffee, right? So he took the coffee. I took this one. He just finished his review. And then there's some stuff on the back. I've never had anything from Little House Brewing Company. It's 7%, so we're gonna dive in. Like, I've had Scotch ales, but I haven't had a Scotch ale in a hot minute. But if you tell me a Scotch ale with apple cider donuts, I'd probably say something for Carrie too. Yeah. Did I say where they're from? Oh, it's a collaboration with, it's a big collaboration. Great Falls Brewing Company and Bishop's Orchard Farm Market and Winery in, North. So brewed and packaged by 12% for them. So 12% they're in Connecticut. So I assume it doesn't say what the heck does it say Chester, Connecticut, right there. There we go. Cool. It's got a little tree. Just rinse my glass. Look at that. About 2 fingers ahead. 1.5. Really dark for a Scotch ale. Usually I think a little bit of a reddish hue, but no, this is pretty dark. This is a little brown. And on camera it looks like a stout. It's not a stout. Let's get a nose. I can't wait to hear what Mike's nose smelled like. He's like, it smelled like cider and vanilla and cinnamon. He's like, what'd yours smell like? And I'm like, coffee. And I'm not mad at it. Yeah, there is a big roast characteristic. Apple cider kind of wafts over the coffee beans or whatever they condition on coffee. There's a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla, but like it's mostly just like this lovely roast. Yeah, it's coffee, and apple cider is kind of really where it is. Like, all right, here we go. Throw on that flannel. Should I read this after? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it after I take my first taste. Thanks, Steven. Okay. So, that is the most interesting beer I've had in a long time. Mouthfeel, it's like light to medium. The roast character at the end is really nice. There is a lovely level of spice kind of coming through it. I could use a little bit more cinnamon. Vanilla, if I'm being vanilla police, not much to talk about there. The cider part, there is this like really nice kind of warmth to it. But maybe I wanted a little bit. Oh, after the taste though, maybe I want a little bit more of it. There is this little bit of lovely sweetness on my lips, and it's a little bit sticky as I'm talking. That's sort of the flavor I was more expecting in the beer. It's a little cold. So let me do this. Let me hold this. I'm going to read this to you. Throw on that flannel. Breathe the crisp air and get ready to go apple cider donut picking. You don't really go apple cider donut picking. Because this year's crop is finally ready for the harvest. This rich and malty Scotch ale is brewed with the perfect ratio of 1 freshly baked apple cider donut. Perfect ratio of 1 freshly apple cider donut from Bishop's Orchard in every pint. Okay. For this special variation, in addition to the decadent cinnamon and vanilla notes you'd normally taste, we've layered in coffee and caramel as an extra treat. See, I hate when breweries do that. Oh no, never mind. It says caramel on there. I was gonna say I hate when breweries don't put like the one adjunct on the front of the can, and they did, and I just missed it. There are breweries that do it though. There are breweries that'll brew a beer and not say that it's coffee beer, and then on the back of the beer it's like, oh yeah, we aged it on coffee, and it's like, we'll put coffee on the front of the can. Sorry, I apologize, Little House. Caramel is clearly on the can. I apologize. Yeah, we've layered in coffee and caramel as an extra treat. Drink it. It's liquid caramel coffee donut magic, and we made it with love for you, fresh from Little House, Great Falls, and Bishops. Caramel is probably this little bit of the sweetness I'm getting. As I was reading that and talking, the caramel was like on the back of my palate, like, there it is, hello. It's really interesting. Yeah, Scotch ale is a very interesting. What is it? Skull Crusher or Skull Breaker? That's like the one that like I remember always getting into or was into when I first started getting into craft beer. Sam Allen has made one. You don't see many. All right, I think me holding in my hand and kind of flubbering over that label helped, because as it warms, the caramel comes through, fresh apple, and then there is that like kind of, I don't even know how you would describe a Scotch ale characteristic, but it comes through kind of on the back of the palate. This is a really lovely beer. The few critiques I would give it. Wouldn't mind if the mouthfeel was a little bit thicker. Like, no, I'm not asking like for a stout. I'm not asking you to make this into a stout. I like it for what it is, but maybe just a little bit oomph it, and then like maybe add a little bit of this could be maybe a little bit extra spice. And I'm curious to see what Mike says, because maybe it's the coffee that's dominant, because the coffee is very dominant in this beer, and it's very good. Mike would hate it, absolutely. I do like it, but like given everything on there, I could use that extra kind of oomph, and I'm wondering if that's why they added the caramel too, because they need to accentuate the boldness of the coffee to kind of balance or kind of not be too overpowering, so you're still getting that level of sweetness where you think you're drinking that apple cider donut thing. Overall, this is freaking pretty fantastic. That's just my critique. But anyways, don't forget to check out both reviews. So if you already watched Mike's, cool, go over and watch the third one. If you haven't watched Mike's yet, go check out Mike's. I don't know. We're definitely going to be releasing either his or mine, and then the third. So we'll link to them everywhere. If you're watching this on the day of, I don't think we can link to them because we're going to be posting them different ways. But I'll make sure to go ahead and back in time, take the DeLorean and go back and make sure I add the links to the ones like here and like over here and stuff. But anyways, Nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, those are things. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, the notification bell so you know if I post new videos. And I'm Sean. This is Nerdsense. Cheers, folks.